Our next guest is Leah Tirado, and her talk is entitled, I Was Sunshine. She is an actor, a singer, director, a playwright. Basically, she does everything. She's even an audience member tonight. We met her, actually, Dan and Michelle found her at a PK, at a PechaKucha performance at Benton Harbor at the Livery. And she has been in the forefront of many, many theaters, and her music, her band, is called the Big Payback. She's also the founder of the ICU ensemble, and she is also, among all of those other things, a tireless advocate and coach of people with cognitive behavioral disorders to be their own advocate in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Leah Tirado.
Everyone knows that tune, right? All right, I'm ready. On August 11th, 2015, I died. Crazy. Am I crazy? Floating above my dying body, watching my dog jump on me, try to keep me alive. One might say that the position I find myself in constitutes crazy. Stop. I told myself to stop, but I couldn't. That girl holding a razor to her thigh, those aren't my hands. That girl pushing pills down her throat, those aren't my hands. But I couldn't stop her. Please don't close your eyes. That was my final command. Please watch my dog Coltrane. A text message to my best friend. That was my suicide note. I just wanted to sleep. I wanted to sleep forever. But I woke up. Waking up alive is what it's called. There is nothing that prepares you for waking up after you have prepared a bed in your private hell. How do I wake up? How do I brush my teeth? What the fuck am I supposed to do now? Nobody knew it was that bad, and that's how I wanted it to be. I had mastered the art of duplicity. Now, we all tell these little white lies to get us through sometimes, but my lies were so rich that even I believed them. I mean, this couldn't be me. I was sunshine. I was a big fish in a small town, a small pond. I had every opportunity available to me. I was supposed to make it. So maybe I could will myself out of it. I mean, I am not a depressive person. That is to say that I don't revel in my misery. I suffer from manic depression, and that's a big distinction to make. I fight my depression with every ounce of my being because it sucks. But those manic episodes, I crave them like a junkie because they fill you with so much joy, so much energy. You discover things that you never knew you could do. And quite frankly, you have the best sex of your life. But sometimes I fail to remember how the flight is followed by the fall. Sometimes I just forget how destructive those episodes can be. I've heard it called the passing cloud, and I can't tell you how much that pisses me off. This isn't something that just goes away. This is something that people deal with on a daily basis. This is something that we fight. This is something that I fight with every ounce of my being. I've worn a mask, and that smile is so heavy. It's this false belief that anything is in my control. Yes, I can work out. I eat right. I know what my triggers are. But this disease, it attacks you just when you think you're prepared. It knocks you out with something else. It's really exciting. It's exhausting. It's like fighting an endless battle with your own shadow. Now, I've seen the dark side of mental illness from different perspectives, and I can't say that I understand it any better than the next person, but I do know what it is. A year before my suicide attempt, Robin Williams killed himself. And that parallel is something that haunts me. Because this disease plagues everybody. It doesn't discriminate. It takes the heroes and the mere mortals. Some make it and some don't. Now, the majority of these pictures I did when I was in the mental hospital. And the rest I did while I was in my recovery. I needed to admit to myself that this was a disease that I needed to face. And some people might think that that's a use of smoke and mirrors, that's a way to justify that my hands did, in fact, do this. But that's a reality that I've had to face. And let me tell you, it doesn't get any easier. I've done this PechaKucha already, and I still can't get through it. Some days, all I see are weapons. They're begging me, seducing me, telling me to pick them up. And why? So I can hurt myself. And I have to fight that. This isn't something that I want. This isn't something anybody wants. And this can be one of the loneliest places on earth. You have doctors that will prescribe you 5 prescriptions after you just overdosed. Doctors that won't cross-check your medication, facilities that won't take your insurance. Your support network starts to dwindle, and your relationships start to morph and change. And you change, sometimes for the better, but sometimes you miss who you used to be, because it's not always bad. So, as I mentioned, I've done the majority of these drawings. I'm an actor, blah, 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 blah. The cool thing and the worst thing about being an artist is you can be paralyzed with self-doubt while also having delusions of grandeur. It's very cool. I don't think that my pain is some superhero power that enables me to talk about mental illness. People have told me that I'm courageous or brave for talking about this, but this feels like something that I have to do. It's like when you see a kid with snot running down his nose, you hand him a damn tissue, right? It's just the right thing to do. I was blessed with 2 births, and one of those allowed me to come here and share my story with you. Because on August 11th, 2015, I lived. Thank you.